Hi, and welcome to the NCTA course, Wars in Asia through Asian Authors. Primary text for this course, Onward Towards Our Noble Death by Mizuki. You'll see that this is abbreviated by OTOND quite a bit, just because it's a bit tiring to write that out every time. This is a nonfiction graphic novel created by a soldier from World War II. If you have not got a copy of the book, it is available online as well. Some quick information about me. Feel free to skip ahead of this. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but put this out there. So I have a history of teaching for quite a while now. I teach history, I teach English, about a decade of experience with the NCTA program. The last couple of years I've been teaching courses based on particular authors or particular works. For example, last year I taught Barefoot Gen, Book 1. The year before that I taught a course on Akutagawa and some of his famous pieces like Rashomon and In a Groove. So this is my most recent course right now. I have implemented a lot of different things in my classwork. So I have taught entire graphic novels, including actually this one in the past. I've taught it entirely and in parts. Various Japanese literature, culture, history, language, graphic novels in general. I've done this in middle school, high school, so feel free to ask any questions. If I don't have an answer, someone else in the group might, or I might have a suggestion. Alright, so the scope of the class. It's a 6-week course. You're in the first week right now, the intro week. Not a whole lot to do here, but introduce yourself, look over the website, do the first discussion post, things like that. If you are having any trouble seeing the discussion posts, my number one suggestion is check your email account. If you're using a school email account, Google Discussion might be blocked. If you're using your school Wi-Fi, it might be blocked. Some schools have Google Discussion boards blocked for whatever reason. I think one of the biggest things is because kids can talk on it, as if they don't talk on Snapchat and Google Docs or whatever anyways. But it is what it is. So check that ahead of time. This course is a little different than some of my other courses. So in the past I've been focused on a particular book or a particular author, whereas this time it's on a theme. So while this will be our primary text, there are going to be a lot of supplementary texts, and we're going to be jumping all around. We're going to look at the Cold War, we're going to look at things that are going on right now, we'll look at stuff from before the 1900s, as well as World War II. Obviously the biggest chunk will be World War II, since there are a lot of classes that focus on that more than, say, the Korean conflict. If you ever have any questions, though, feel free to contact me. All right, so what I want to talk about real quick is would be some warnings. Yes, these are graphic novels, but some of these were written specifically for adults, not for kids. These aren't comic books. This isn't Superman. This isn't X-Men. This is a very different kind of a thing. This book starts with something very inappropriate for the classroom, and then there are going to be a few more parts later on. Now, I have actually used this entire book with upper high school students. There were a lot of hoops I had to jump through, getting administrative approval, talking to parents, having discussions ahead of time with the kids, things like that. It was a lot of work. I think it was worth it. The kids got a lot out of it. But working with middle schoolers or lower high school, I've used just parts of this, and it was still quite useful. So when you read the book, don't go through it thinking, well, this part's not appropriate, so of course I can't use the whole thing. Go through it with the mindset of what parts can I use. With some of the other books, there are going to be other issues. Like with Being America, there's some cuss words. Might not be terribly appropriate. So I'm going to put this warning out there. I doubt anybody would do this anyways, but just put this out there. don't order a class set of any of these books until after you've had a chance to look one over from cover to cover. So just putting that out there. I'm sure most people wouldn't, but yeah. All right. Again, any questions, feel free to contact me at any time. Every section from any book, whether it's Beat in America, Barefoot Again, from any of our books, they're all going to have a particular focus. So feel free to look at those, decide if that focus is good for you, or if you want to know more about any of those books, feel free to contact me. On our website for the class, at the very end, I've got a kind of a bibliography of the books, so you can look through them there as well. I hope you enjoy the course, and I look forward to hearing from each of you.